Welcome to Food According to El Roca. Hey. Welcome back to Food According to El Roca. So guys, our ingredients are 4 cups of beef mince, finely chopped onion, wostersauce, some paprika, chili flakes, crushed black pepper, green onion seasoning, some salt, 1 egg, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, and some olive oil to fry with. And for the burger, we're gonna need some cheese slices, gherkins, sauces, bread rolls, bacon, tomato slices, lettuce, and some onion rings. So guys, make sure that your onions, your chopped onions, are finely chopped. Otherwise, they go your burger will come apart if you don't make sure that your onion is finely chopped. So we're gonna start now by putting all the ingredients for the burger patty. This is the juiciest burger patty you've ever tasted, and it's delicious. But you can adjust the ingredients if you feel like you want it to be a little bit hot. You can add more chili flakes or more paprika in there, and then you'll make it a little bit hot. It's up to you guys to do that. So we're gonna put all the spices in there, the wostersauce, some salt, the breadcrumbs, the egg, so that we can bind all the ingredients together. So we're putting some olive oil in there so that it mustn't get dry. You know, burgers can, when you put ground beef with all these ingredients, can get dry. So the egg will bind it, but it also helps in terms of making it rich and juicy. So you see how finely chopped the onions are. This is how you want to get them. If they are big, your burger will come apart. It will just fall apart when you handle it. So after doing this, we are going to be shaping the burgers with our hands. If you have something that can help you shape them and make them look more professional, you are welcome to do that, guys. But I'm using my hands to do them because they are homemade. They must look homemade. They mustn't be too perfect, like they are not in, we are not at steers or something. So using your hands is perfectly fine to shape them. And guys, I'm going to make them very big. They're going to be gigantic because I want the burgers to look like, when you taste it, you must just taste the patty in the burger. You know, at steers, sometimes you buy a burger and then they have 2 patties in there. But with this one, you don't need 2 patties. You can just use 1 because it's going to be big enough just for you to use 1 of them. So as you can see, I'm shaping them. And then guys, after shaping them, you're going to put them on a dish or whatever, and we're going to put them in the fridge for about 20 minutes. And if you want to put them maybe for 10 minutes, you can like put them in the freezer. So if you put them in the freezer, it will be about 10 minutes. But if you're gonna put them in the fridge, then it will be like 20 minutes, so that they can bind. You're giving the ingredients a chance to bind. So in the meantime, we are going to be preparing our bacon and onion rings. You know, I don't like them raw. So but if you like them raw, you can put the onions raw as they are on the burger. But I'm going to saute them a little bit. So we're going to do the onions and the bacon while we wait for the burgers to bind in the fridge. So I'm using a griddle pan to fry the onions, and I'm gonna use the same pan for the burgers. I just like those griddle lines on the burgers. They just look pretty. And if you prefer, you can also put the burgers in the oven instead of like frying them on the stove. You can put them in the oven. They will come out just as nice. You just use a little bit more olive oil while you are mixing the beef mince with the other ingredients. While you are mixing it, you must put a little bit more oil if you are planning to put it in the oven, so that it mustn't get dry. Otherwise it's gonna come out very dry. So use a little bit more oil if you're gonna do that. But if you are putting it on the stove, you're gonna fry it on the stove, then it's fine. Okay, after caramelizing our onions and the bacon, now we're going to do the burgers. They are ready now. They've been in the fridge for 20 minutes. Look how gorgeous they are. So you're only gonna turn them once. So you must leave them, like reduce the heat so that they can, fry at a slow pace. And then you're going to only turn them once they are ready on one side, which will take about, I think, 5 minutes or so. They will be ready on one side, and then you can turn them to the other side. Look how gorgeous they are. Very juicy still inside. And as you could see, guys, I used the simplest ingredients, and I'm making this as simple as possible so that it mustn't be complicated at all. Anyone can make them at home. Your kids can even do it themselves. So now I removed one of the burgers because I'm making 3 for me and my kids. So I'm going to put the cheese slices on top of the burger while it's still on the griddle, because I want the cheese to melt a little bit, melt into the burger before I assemble the whole burger. So in the meantime, I'm going to be toasting the bread rolls, but you don't have to do that if you don't like them toasted, but I'm toasting them a little bit. And now I'm going to assemble everything. And guys, there's an option of you not using bread rolls if you feel that maybe you're on a diet and you don't want to have too many carbs. You can use your lettuce as your bread roll. You don't have to put bread rolls on there. You can assemble everything on the lettuce and eat it as it is and put the sauces on there. If you are on a bunting, like maybe let's say you are on a bunting diet, which I'm going to be doing starting from next week, because guys, we ate too much during this lockdown and during the festive season, so it's time to reduce the carbs. So I'm just, you know, giving you an idea that you can still eat the burger without the bread rolls, so that you can reduce the amount of carbs that you consume. So our burger is assembled and it's looking yummy and it's juicy and it's big. And guys, that's your burger. That's a burger patty according to El Roca. So you can serve this with chips, with some chips, what you can call fries, and you can enjoy. So guys, thank you so much for coming back to Food According to El Roca, and please subscribe, like and comment on the video and tell me how you found the burger, and please send me pictures if you can of the burger if you tried it, the burger patties. Thank you, and come back again for the next video.